Welcome to my channel. This is a reading for Taurus, and this is for February 2020, career and finance. I'll just quickly give you an understanding of how I've laid the cards out. The beginning cards here certainly are just the main cards, and then these would be the clarifiers. Below, the very back cards, I normally just pull 3, but anyway, a couple of extras fell out, so I just thought I would include those. Those are just the general energy cards. Those are the ones here at the back. So general energy cards, just speaking to advice and that kind of thing for the month of February, not specific to career and finance. But career and finance cards will be the ones that are following below. So just to give you a rundown on that, maybe we'll start with the back cards there, just so you have some idea of the energies around it. So the moon card says, pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. So it sounds like there's some intuitive nature going on for the rest of the reading, just for overall general energy. And again, the King of Gabriel is keep your eyes on the big picture and leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success, genuine concern for others. The Knight of Gabriel, knights are usually about directions, that kind of thing. Kings are more about authority. So you might be getting some kind of some kind of influence from somebody who's authoritative in a position where they can actually help to guide you as far as your bigger picture, whatever that might be for you in terms of goals. But the Knight of Gabriel is usually about a direction and certainly about news that's coming through. Time to take action, and it's about great passion for a cause and instinctively knowing just what to do. You also have the Seven of Gabriel, which is following that, and it says, stand up for what you believe in and have confidence and claim your personal power. So it sounds like overall it's telling you to stop with some kind of stagnancy, because it sounds like you went from a position of maybe the last month or two where you haven't really been moving on something, and this is really a reading telling you for month of February that you need to move ahead and pay attention to your intuition. So the Ace of Ariel, usually aces relate to beginnings and opportunities coming up. So it's your lucky day. New resources of money, time, or support, a change in job or promotion. So getting to the reading, again, we're starting with the Death card. So Death is generally end of a cycle, and that would be moving into, it's a time of transition. So it's moving into something, well, hopefully more favorable. We'll know as we go further along with the cards, but overall, again, it's letting go of the past, it's parting ways, it's letting go of any negative thoughts that you might have been having. Maybe something has changed in your life now that you feel like you can now breathe and you're letting go. There is also, with the Seven of Wands, there's some kind of defensiveness going on there. So it's like you're protecting something. But you're feeling like you need to stand your ground, and either that or you've got a lot of deeper fears and doubts that are, shadowing whatever that Death card is or that transitional card was. There's, certainly some, I do feel a lot of energy, anxiety, and even with the cards following here, even though the 9 speaks to a positive energy about dreams, goals, and fulfillment, there was a lot of sneakiness around achieving that goals, that level of happiness and achievement. A lot of sneakiness, especially with the Moon card, a lot of deception around it. And again, relating to this death or transformation. So not sure what that's relating to, but definitely somebody was being quite sneaky, and there was lots of anxiety about it, and there was some kind of a father figure, authority figure involved here as well. And there was also somebody who was quite an emotional person with the Queen of Cups, that very compassionate person, somebody who's really understanding. So maybe this person was taken advantage of because there's a lot of sneaky cards around there. And actually, even clarifying with the King of Swords, there's also something relating to the past with that. But again, there is, with the Two of Cups, you're finding balance here. So something is leveled out. So you're feeling definitely much happier over whatever the sneakiness was. And then there's some Two of Pentacles down here also finding balance. So the twos are all about balance. But overall, like I said, you're feeling defiant, and like there's something you need to stand your ground over and assert yourself, that you feel threatened. You feel in some way threatened in whatever it is. But because it's so closely connected to the Nine of Cups, I feel emotionally you know, there's a lot of emotion around this situation. And again, with the Nine of Cups, it also speaks to wish fulfillment and satisfaction. So there was something that was achieved through all of this, these threatening, ominous presence with the Seven of Swords and the feeling like you need to defend yourself. You definitely gained off of it. But again, with the Seven of Swords, that really speaks to, you know, a sneaky energy, somebody who doesn't have a conscience. Could be indicating, you know, somebody around you that, or yourself, maybe you were going through something that there was some situation that was opposing you. But again, that card generally represents dishonesty, lying and cheating, and, you know, somebody with breaking the rules, that kind of thing, and not really wanting to face the music because they feel, you know, that this is something that they wanted and they took. So the next card following that, or maybe they didn't quite get it because you ended up with it, you know, with the Nine of Cups. But again, as far as the Cups energy, I do feel that the next one is a person, the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups, as I mentioned, is speaking to somebody who is very compassionate, who's giving, somebody who's emotionally understanding and generally fairly calm, but very intuitive person overall. You know, somebody who's not necessarily motivated by money, but so this could be a person around you, that kind of thing, could speak to your own energy. But either way, deception very closely connected to that individual. So there is also the Two of Cups here. The Two of Cups is, again, twos are about finding balance. The Two of Cups also speaks to, you know, a positive, you know, where you're balancing things. There's also that that friendship. You know, it's also about harmony and cooperation and you know, fairness and working together. So maybe throughout the middle of February, there's something that's about to turn around. Don't really know, but there was some kind of balance as well because the Two of Pentacles is coming through. And, you know, the Two of Pentacles as well indicates, you know, the money and grounding and material, based on material things. You know, it could also speak to somebody who has a writing interest as well, but it is about balance and flexibility right here. It could be multitasker, somebody who's juggling quite a lot of things, but somebody who's overall fairly adaptable and creative. But again, you know, the infinity symbol actually here really speaks to, you know, things being distributed. So again, don't know really specifically what that's relating to, but something to do with, you know, good fortune as well that was coming through there. And it's a clarifier. It's a clarifier to the Six of Cups there. So the Six of Cups is, again, something that's relating to the past, something that's relating to, you know, nostalgia. So something that really speaks to a process. You know, it could be that the process was more fun, and that you were just distracted from goals and you were just really enjoying the process of whatever was happening here above. Enjoying something about that because you did receive the reward for it. But definitely somebody who's feeling, you know, quite content and, you know, and everything is now fresh and exciting and, you know, looking back on the past. And again, it looks to be that it was relating around a father figure of sorts. So with the King of Swords, you know, that is somebody whose energy, who was an authoritative person. It may not have been, it may be that this person is still influencing you, but somebody who usually represents a lawyer or somebody in authority who's realistic and rational and, you know, intellectually capable, that kind of thing. Somebody who generally represents a highly principled person, but again, it's surrounded by a lot of anxiety cards and a lot of stress. So not certain what that's relating to, but again, with the Nine of Swords, it does indicate that there was a lot of up in your head, you know, mulling things over late nights, feeling, you know, that there was some anxiety anyway, period, that you're just too wrapped up in your own problems to think logically, that kind of thing. But, you know, certainly knowing the reality of the situation works to your advantage. But it also, you know, can indicate somebody who was caught and punished as well. But again, this is more career and finance reading. So I would say that it's really just telling you that you need to refocus, and there's a lot of anxiety again relating to something negative that was beyond your control, and again in regards to money, because it is a career and finance reading. But with the Five of Swords here, or sorry, the Six of Swords, again, it's about finding harmony and peace, and being able to move forward, moving into calmer waters. You're feeling much more positive. This is a time where, the journey was tinged with some sorrow. You had to leave something behind. There is renewal from this chaos. And again, more anxiety cards, more self-sabotage with the Eight of Swords, but nothing that would stick, because the Eight of Swords is you really forgiving yourself. And even though you've done some self-sabotage, you're feeling pretty good about everything that you've done. So it is a time to, stay focused, and you're just not feeling restricted anymore. You're not feeling bound as you did before, because there was some kind of closed-minded, discussion-ended type of situation that is in relation to some kind of, like with the Lovers, it usually indicates some kind of a relationship. But again, this is more of a reading it is a reading specific to career and finance. So, I mean, maybe a relationship of some sort was involved in this. It looks to be overlapping a little bit, because we also have the Two of Cups up here, and there's the Two here. But anyway, with with the Lovers, that indicates that there was some sense of completeness. So even though there was lots of anxiety about what was going on there, there's a sense of completeness, and that you feel, quite, you've attracted good fortune, and that something has happened in the month of February, or very close to this time frame, that has made you feel, very stabilized and harmonious, and everything's happy, and certainly you're falling on your intuition here as well with this card. But Judgment is coming through toward the end of February, and with Judgment, there's big changes and so on that are coming with the Lover's card. But Judgment also speaks to sometimes a soul's calling, something that you were supposed to do, that kind of thing. But overall, there's some kind of fairness that needs to be, or will be, will be reciprocated here at the end, because the Six of Pentacles indicates that reciprocation as well. But the Judgment card is some kind of a clearance, basically. So it's being cautious. It's about some kind of transformation, and Judgment is coming through, and that there's some kind of moral awakening going on here. So, whatever that anxiety was, there is some kind of rebirth and renewal. You're starting to come to terms with something that has been bothering you for the month of February. So, even though you found some kind of a balance here, the Judgment card is indicating that, there is some kind of a choice that's being made here. So following that is the Clarifier, which again is the Six of Pentacles. Sixes generally speak to that harmony and balance again. But again, Six of Pentacles is really about loss and gain, could be seeking approval from others. I feel that, with the Six of Pentacles, you're in a secure position financially to be generous enough to give to others. But again, it feels like there's something morally involved here as well, and that loss and gain. And again, it's about giving. So whatever this was, this windfall, or this level of income or money that increased, there's some kind of morality around it. So I don't know if somebody obtained money that wasn't entirely rightfully theirs, not sure, but it could be that there's a sharing of that wealth regardless. So anyway, that is the reading for Taurus for career and finance. And again, we'll look forward to seeing what happens in March. As I say, this one is really just more of a reading of kind of getting ready to go forward. Something unjust was occurring in the beginning months of February. A lot of anxiety and, immoral situations going on there. But there is some balance found toward the end of February. Again, relating to some kind of death or transformation. So some kind of a loss. But there is some kind of balance that's coming through toward the end of the month. and a level of completeness and happiness and balance regained. So whatever that situation was, as I say, I mean, the moon energy from the very back is also indicative of secrets as well. So as much as it's about following intuition, it's also a warning card. It's, you know, about being deceptive and that kind of thing, and broken trust. So just, as I say, you know, someone lying to you, or it's either, you know, that energy around you, or something along that line anyway. But as I say, a lot of heavy energies in the month of February, even though there is some positive, there is some good, but it definitely feels like something relating around money that was to be questioned. Anyway, moon energy is also about insecurities as well, and things holding you back. So again, always believing in ourselves, but do the right thing for sure. Morality counts 100% in this world. So we'll talk to you in March.